best month for US equities in years. The S&P 500 repo does not stand for repossession. Wage pressure, convincing markets the Fed will raise rates. It is expected that everyone will raise. What was hot and not in ETF markets in October? October was the best month for US equities in years. The S&P 500 rose 8.3%, the largest increase since October 2011. However, the S&P 500 was not where ETF investors were parking their funds. The majority of ETF demand was actually seen in the corporate bond space. 3 ETFs in particular saw steady inflows all month long: the Barclays Composite, the iShares Investment Grade, and the iShares Corporate Bond ETF. Investors combined $7.7 billion into the trio. Demand appears to have been driven by bargain hunting, following the sharp price fall seen last month. So what was out of favour with ETF investors during the month? The biotech ETF suffered. It saw $514 million in outflows. Investors were discouraged by political comments about price gauging in the pharmaceutical industry. So, thanks for joining me for the wrap-up of ETF markets last month. Tune in tomorrow as we lay out the groundwork for 2016. Hi there, welcome to another session of Fun with Finance. Today we're going to talk about the repo market. Now first up, repo does not stand for repossession. It actually stands for repurchase. So what is a repurchase agreement? The best way to explain this is with an example. So let's take a borrower, Tim. Tim has no money, and he's also got no petrol in his car. This means he can't go to work. Tim has a problem, so he rings up his friend Alice. Now Alice is happy to help out. She's happy to lend Tim $100, but she wants collateral. So Alice eyes up Tim's AC/DC records and says, look, how about I give you $100, you give me the AC/DC records, and tomorrow, after you're paid, I'll give you the AC/DC records back when you give me back my money. Tim's happy with this. This is in essence a repurchase agreement. The repo transaction has 2 aspects. The first, the collateral actually changes hands. Alice owns those AC/DC records. And 2, Alice is agreeing to sell the records back to Tim the next day. That in essence is the repo transaction. So who are these people in real life? Well, the lender is usually an investment bank, and the borrower is usually a commercial bank or fund manager. And the AC/DC records, those are usually highly liquid government securities. So thank you for joining in about how the repo market works. Come back tomorrow when we talk about currency risk. October's jobs report showed brisk employment growth and rising wage pressure, convincing markets the Fed will raise rates in December. Friday's jobs report showed that non-farm payrolls rose 271,000 last month. Not only was this above expectations, it was accompanied by upward revisions for September and August. The unemployment rate fell to 5%, and more importantly, average hourly private sector earnings rose at an annual pace of 2.5%. Market participants interpreted the news as reinforcing the case for the Fed to take action at their next policy meeting. Market pricing is now consistent with a 70% chance of a 25 basis point hike in December, up from 50% a day earlier. Now that the timing of the first rate hike is all but assured, the focus is shifting to the expected pace of tightening. Investors should not fret. Fed officials have made it clear the tightening cycle will be gradual. For what's likely to drive markets in the coming week, we now cross to NAB's Head of Currency Strategy, Peter Jolly. Hi there, I'm Danica Hampton, and today I'm here to talk to you about the whistleblower policy. The policy covers all employees. It is designed to encourage and enable employees to raise serious concerns. It is expected that everyone will raise known, suspected or potential cases of illegal, immoral or undesirable conduct, or the concealment of such conduct. So what happens after you make a complaint? All complaints will be taken seriously and investigated. The whistleblower will be kept informed about the outcome of the investigation. The company will also take measures to ensure the employee is protected from reprisals as a result of making the disclosure. It is worth noting that in certain circumstances, it is against the law to victimise a whistleblower. So what happens if you have further questions? Please refer to the link for a copy of the entire policy and the contact details of your compliance officer.